Could you tell me a little bit about what you do?
Yes. I'm weaving a rag runner today, and I looked at my supply of fabric and found some things that I probably wouldn't be using in any other projects. They were kind of dated colors or not as popular as they are now, and ripped them all up, wound them into balls for them to be easy accessible to me, and strung up my loom, and now I'm weaving a table runner. This will be probably a little under 3 yards long, and it'll go down the middle of the table. And it's a fun way to use up scraps so they don't go to waste. And this is a little loom from England. It's called a Dorset loom. It's not a very fancy loom. It was known as a sample loom, where they would just do samples of fabrics on them. But I'm using it as a demonstration loom. It's very, very simple. My feet know exactly what to do. And it's just a great little loom to demonstrate on.
That's pretty fun. I really like those sandals. You know, and it might be a good way for you to
Usually you'll see people using shuttles or sticks with the fabric wrapped around here, but I like the idea of manipulating the colors and the widths and I like having the ability to change when I want to change it. So I don't use fabrics wrapped on sticks. I just hand. Makes it a little bit longer to do, but I like the outcome better.
And how long have you been doing this?
I have been doing this for 20 years, and I also spin. I'll be spinning a little later today. And I'm not a professional, I'm just a hobbyist. It's my therapy, but I've done a number of craft shows where I go and just demonstrate. And in the state of North Carolina, it's really fun to demonstrate weaving because people would say, oh, I used to do that in a mill with a great big machine, and I didn't get to pick what I wanted to make. And I get to pick what I wanted to make. And they'll say things like, there's faster way to get fabric, or wool, or yarn. And I just like doing it the slow way sometimes. And then I get to sell things on top of it, so I make a little bit of money.
Is that a necklace?
No.
What is it?
I have several looms at home. I have great big ones. I have a big loom at home, and it's about 40 inches across. And I got friends to donate.
How big is 40 inches?
About here.
Okay.
And I have friends who donated their old jeans to me. I'm going to rip them up and make a great big shag rug out of the denim. And I make scarves and finer things, but when I do demonstrations, it's easier to do something like this.
So you spin and you weave. Do you knit as well?
Yes.
Okay. So you are a thread artist.
I'm a fiber person.
Okay.
Yeah. I did it in a strange order. Usually you knit first or you get used to string, but I fell in love with weaving when I was probably about 12 years old in Old Salem, North Carolina. I just knew I wanted to do that. And when I was about 32, my husband bought me an old loom sewn up in a burlap bag that was owned by nuns, and it hadn't been used in decades. So he put it together, and I made a few things, and I wanted a fancier loom, so other looms came my way, and I just continued to make things and make things. And I've taken a few classes here and there. I took a tartan weaving class at the folk school in Western North Carolina, but I'm pretty much self-taught. And I'm not a fancy weaver. I just do it for a hobby and for therapy. I have a special needs daughter, so when it's me time, I get to sit at my loom. This little loom sits in my kitchen. I have a big Swedish loom upstairs, and then there's another one in my bedroom that I can fold out when I need to it, and I have 2 spinning wheels, and they're usually in the living room. And then I have an electric wheel when I get things done when I need to get things done fast. I do this program with a local shepherdess. It's called Spin a Pound, Get a Pound. So if she gives me 2 pounds of wool, I get to keep one, and I spin the other pound for her. So there's not any money involved, but I always have plenty of wool. And being a fiber person, I always want plenty of wool to play with.
That's worth more than money.
Yes, yes. And the things that you see, like Tibetan.
Look at that bubble.
Whoa. Prayer flags. I'm calling them my peace flags. PIE and PEA.
Okay.
And I don't have a lot of relations. I'm pretty much an orphan, and I've been gathering these laces for years, and I decided to put them together in a way that I could use them for decoration and that I can feel all this female energy around me of all the women who have embroidered and tatted and crocheted and white happy tears and snotty little noses and maybe a bloody nose here and there, who have embroidered on these. And I just love the feeling they give me. I sit here in my little tent with all this female energy around me, and I really enjoy it. Since I don't have a lot of female relatives, or I don't have any hardly relatives, so it just feels, it's very comforting. I feel like this is my little space.
It's like you've made a nest of weaving.
The name of my little thing is Mama Gnome's Nest.
Oh.
My husband's an artist as well, but that's our little thing when we do craft shows. That's what we hang.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing
I'm
that.
going to spin for a little while, so
Okay.
next time you're by, you'll catch me spinning.
Okay.